Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tuesday morning and guys, what a beautiful day to be alive. Like, it's so pretty outside. As you can tell by the title of this video, I bought my first place. So it's been 9 months since settlement date. Settlement occurred 3 days before end of financial year and 2 days before our party for it. So on the 27th of June, we settled. So it's been 9 months since then and it's taken some adjustment. It's still, one of the things I'm still adjusting to, obviously, is being away from my parents and sister and dog. Yeah, I miss hanging out with them every day. And Mum, I know you're watching. I love you guys so much. And yeah, my mum's my hero. But in saying that, guys, I harass them via phone calls every day. Phone calls, and then I make it a video chat and I end up chatting to everybody. And of course, Ringo, our dog. Ugh. And of course I see them on the weekends. Recently with the isolation, it's only been to pop over just to drop off banana bread and stir fry or whatever I'm making that weekend, or pop over and just drop it off for them. But yeah, so yeah, over the past 9 months, I've been working to sort of make this place feel like home. And of course, all this wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for the good Lord upstairs. I always have been blessed with his grace and mercy, and of course with his abundance. One of its many manifestations is this place and a lot of the free furniture that came with it upon settlement. Yeah, shout out to the big guy upstairs, like I said, for always showing me his grace, his mercy, and his love, the abundance of his love. Other big players in this, of course, were my parents. My precious parents. Yeah, they're my heroes. Growing up, just watching them, like I mentioned before, watching them go to work at 3:30 a.m. in the morning just so that they could send us to respectable sort of schools. Yeah. And yeah, now that I have to pay bills and things, I really have an appreciation for the sacrifice and the hard work that they would have had to have put in to not only pay for bills, but then also financially support children. So yeah, they're my heroes for sure. Before I get too emotional, yeah, I'm just going to change the subject before I get too emotional. So quick synopsis, guys. I've been very fortunate to be able to get a foot into my dream Brisbane suburb. But yeah, I've always said I'll buy in this suburb, and here we are. And I feel like once you put it out into the universe, you set in motion a whole sort of train of events and actions that help you get to wherever it is you want to get to, or achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. And I think I definitely subscribe to that. I think I put it out there, and then yeah, I think forces sort of came together in order to make it happen for me. That's my personal belief. Yeah, so to be able to get this place and have it as, you know, the first property in my portfolio in a really great location such as this is something that I couldn't be more thrilled, guys. I'm so chuffed about it. Those who know me know that I love real estate, and I love the idea in particular of using it as a vehicle to self-fund your retirement, or, you know, as a vehicle to give you freedom. And I listened to this podcast, and it's a real estate podcast, and I found it off of the back of listening to another podcast called Lady Startup, and one of the guests on there, he had talked about how real estate had given him the freedom to be able to then resign from his accounting job. He was working at a Big Four accounting firm, and I was like, interesting. And then I set about going out and finding a podcast that I listened to. The first 20 episodes lay the foundation for how you might want to think in terms of property as an investment. And in particular, it teaches you the A, B, C, Ds of property investment. So A being asset selection, B being borrowing power, C being cash flow, and D being defense. Circling back to the A in that, asset selection, this property, I believe, definitely ticks the boxes in terms of asset selection. selection. So with asset selection, you just want to keep in mind lifestyle, and you want to buy within areas that afford your future tenants that lifestyle and convenience. People are always going to want to be around great cafes. They want to have the convenience of having a train station nearby. All those things you want to keep in consideration when you're selecting the area that you want to buy in. In terms of the asset itself, you want to have something that's scarce. So this place in particular is a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom flat in a complex of 8 within 5 kilometers of the CBD. The complex was built in the 80s, and there is an abundance of room to add value. And being that it's an older sort of building, the rooms are a bit bigger than a lot of the apartments you'll get these days. And what I love in particular about this place is that there are defined spaces. I'm about to insert like clips of like an empty house walkthrough because I didn't do a proper tour when I first got in. I'll insert like some clips of us sort of getting into the place first. As you'll see in a second, guys, leaving the living room, there's an archway which tells you that you're in the dining room, and to the left of the dining room there's another archway which tells you you're in the kitchen, and so on and so forth. Another archway back to the hallway to go to the separate toilet and bathroom.
You have to be your biggest fan, and when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that, because you don't know who you're going to
So pretty much all that's changed since that clip you guys just saw was that we've stripped back all the carpets. You would have seen that there would have been carpet in the living room, the dining room, throughout the hallway to go to the bathroom and toilet, and then also carpet in both of the rooms. So we took all that carpet out. I was not a fan of that carpet. So we took it all out. It's currently bare concrete in the hallway, the kitchen and the living room. So we've got a rug in the living room, and my parents, because they don't like the look of the concrete and they don't like the feel of it walking around, they got 2 rugs, and there's like a sort of a runner of carpet which was like left over from when we got the carpet laid in the bedrooms. So there's just a little strip of that will take you to the back. Yeah, so pretty much that's all that changed. We've also changed the seat cover, obviously, and my mum has been nagging me to hurry up and lay timber laminate floors down throughout at least all the common areas. She was like, blah, blah, blah. But I've been holding off until I renovate the bathroom and toilet first. So I'm still putting together some money to do that. But I don't know, I'm in two minds now because my mum's been in my ear. Yeah, I'm in two minds as to whether to lay the timber laminate floor in the kitchen and dining room and living room. Obviously, I plan to sort of, with the kitchen, I plan to sort of change out the bench tops, add a pantry and just a little bit more shelving. And obviously have the timber laminate floors in there. I'm in two minds as to whether I want to lay the timber laminate floors. I mean, I've held off this long. I might as well just hold off until I renovate the bathroom. But yeah, I'm jumping around a lot there. But yeah, ultimately I want to renovate the kitchen, the bathroom and the toilet, and then just add just timber laminate floors throughout all the common areas. In terms of the furniture in here, I alluded to it earlier, but as you would have seen in the earlier sort of clips of when we first got in, you would have seen there was already some furniture in here, and that was actually left behind by the old owner. His name was Doug. Bless you, Doug. Bless you, Doug. Honestly, I hope you're well wherever you are. God bless you. And thank you for your generosity. So Doug was like a real MVP in this whole house buying saga. So he was moving back to Sydney. So Doug was an antiques collector. So the bookshelf that you would have seen, which I've got here, I'll do an updated sort of house tour later on maybe. But yeah, so a lot of the furniture was Doug's, which he was very, very gracious enough to sort of leave behind for me. And oh, guys, I can't tell you how much of a lifesaver that was. Like, moving into a new place is, oh my God, it costs a whole bomb and a half. So you would have seen when we first got into the place, there were two dining rooms. So there were two dining tables. So there's a dining table in the kitchen, a 4-seater, and then there's an 8-seater dining table in the dining room, which I'm using as my sort of home office while we work from home. They were pieces that Doug left behind. You would have seen a couch and that TV stand. That TV stand was Doug's. This beautiful, beautiful bookshelf. This is an antique bookshelf, which he actually got at an auction in, I think it was Scotland, he said. No, maybe it was in England, but it's made of Scottish wood, but it's beautiful. So I'll do an updated house tour if you guys want later on. There's a front door sort of table, which was Doug's. He also left good quality mattresses and bed bases. There was a couch he left, and then downstairs in the lock-up garage there's like a whole outdoor set, another sort of like bed set downstairs. I've got a side table in my room that was left by Doug. He left I think 3 or 4, so I brought one up. And then I've got a couple stools that I'm using as sort of like tables that were Doug's. So there's like 3 or 4 more downstairs. But yeah, very, very gracious. God bless you, Doug. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. And I hope God blesses you with good health and a lot of prosperity. And thank you for your generosity. Because like I said, guys, to have to buy, even just having to buy like cutlery and utensils and pots and pans and things, you know, miscellaneous things, it all adds up, and it was like a bomb. So I can only imagine how much more of a burden financially it would have been if I had to buy furniture pieces on top of that as well. So yeah, shout out to you, Doug, and thank you again, honestly. So yeah, that was the big news I wanted to sort of tell you guys. I've been actually wanting to tell you guys for ages. Like I said, I filmed this a while ago and it was just crap footage. So I hope this does the whole bought my first place video justice. I encourage you guys to definitely go and check that podcast out. It changed my life, honestly. It's thebomb.com. It's called The Property Couch. But yeah, I'm happy to do a video on like tips for buying your first place if you guys would like any suggestions, but it's all covered there in The Property Couch. So definitely that's something I encourage you guys to go and check out. Like I said, that's it for today, guys. I've got to go and start work in 20 minutes. So I'm going to finish up eating my breakfast and then head over to my workstation. So I just want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed. And yeah, until next Wednesday, yo voi lo tatoba and soifua.